The Philippines did not develop nuclear power, and where more electricity is needed, people turn to thermal power plants, which are not environmentally friendly. Being aware of this problem, the Philippine government turned their attention to renewable energy. In our continuing series on Asia Today, we look at how the Philippines can make use of solar energy.
Turning on the electric stove can actually cost some people part of their salary.
Based upon security concerns, many of these buildings use electric stoves.
The cost of electricity in the Philippines is the second highest in Asia, the cost of 1 kilowatt hour being 6.65 NT dollars, while Japan costs 7.18 NT dollars, which is 2.3 times that of Taiwan. After arriving in the Philippines, the first electrical bill, this individual was shocked, as she did not dare to open air conditioning.
My monthly electricity bill is $40, which is the same as a 4-person household with their own house in Taiwan.
Air conditioning is a sort of luxury that many simply cannot enjoy. This issue also adds to the fact that other aspects of life here are more inconvenient. Luo Yuqing lives in an exclusive neighborhood, but over the past few years, traffic and congestion has plagued the Philippines, as the economy experienced great progress, with some people being able to have 2 houses and cars. But huge amounts of carbon emissions have led to global warming, which has caused another human nightmare in the form of extreme weather. Carbon emissions in the Philippines have continued to soar to new highs. The high cost of electricity and issues related to environmental protection have created a new opportunity.
The Philippines were involved in the Paris Climate Summit, so basically they are quite interested and want to put forward a green energy policy.
In 2008, the Philippines revised the renewable energy law, the first comprehensive renewable energy bill in Southeast Asia, and warmly welcomed any foreign investment in this area.
The Philippine government at that time was very welcoming of us and granted us 10 years of tax benefits, reducing basic income tax from 30% to 10%.
A contract granting 20 years of power generation rights. The Philippines in 2016 has total power generation of about 90.7 billion megawatts, with coal accounting for 47.7%, followed by natural gas and oil accounting for 28.1%, and renewable energy sources accounting for 24.2%. From the end of August 2015, the Philippines has approved 682 renewable energy projects, with the highest proportion being hydropower, which is followed by solar power generation, with 104 cases. Many believe that there is more potential for the Philippines to develop solar energy.
If the residents aren't willing to sell us the land, we have to adapt. This is why the shape of our solar power plant isn't square.
During this particular interview, there was some rain outside, but typically the amount of sunshine Philippines gets is about 4.6 hours of full sunshine, which compares favorably to the 3.6 hours in Taiwan's Pingdong area. The solar industry explains that solar panels are reliant upon semiconductor technology, that building the solar power plant requires more than 188,000 solar panels, all of which come from the company's fab in Taiwan. The maximum power generation per hour is up to 50 megawatts, which can supply 200,000 households a day.
This solar power station, if it produces the same 50 megawatts when compared to thermal power generation, actually saves some 50,000 tons of carbon emissions annually.
By using solar energy to produce 50 megawatts of energy, there are no emissions, whereas thermal power generation will produce 50,000 tons of carbon annually.
One tree each year can reduce carbon emissions by probably around just 12 tons of carbon.
According to the industry, 50,000 tons of carbon would need 4,000 trees or a small forest to absorb all of these emissions. Green energy can be very effective in this regard, and this company is making use of Taiwan's skill in the semiconductor industry to achieve opportunities in the international community.
It's over there. I'll take you to the substation.
Why is electricity in the Philippines so expensive? Juan Zhenhong explains that the Philippine electric industry has long been privatized. There's no nuclear energy, meaning it is not subsidized like it is in Taiwan. While it may be expensive, it reflects the cost of equipment with Philippine infrastructure not being the same as Taiwan, with power plants having their own substations.
The concept of solar power is much like the factory production line, with all solar panels generating electricity, needing a transformer station to boost to 69,000 volts and then being sent through these power lines and being sent back to Philippine national power grid.
Over 20 years ago, the cost of producing 1 watt of solar power was about $5, but now that it has become more accepted, the cost has dropped to $1.2, creating more business potential, as well as confidence in the industry. The high price of electricity in the Philippines and the promise of zero emissions and environmental protection creates many opportunities for developing solar power in the Philippines.